What's up, guys? This is Maddie, back again with another video, and I wanted to talk today about a fragrance that everybody else in the world has already talked about. It's one of those super big hype train fragrances, and I got my hands on it and I've worn it. So this is not really a review so much as it's mostly a first impression. I kind of feel like to do a full-fledged review of something, you really have to wear it more than one time. You need to wear it for a week or longer in different situations just to see how it does. I talked in an earlier video in the Welcome to Fragcom series about not judging your fragrances too fast. So that's a little bit about why I like to call these first impression videos. But by way of background on this fragrance, and you already know what it is, you saw the title of the video, we are looking at Jeremy Fragrance's Office One, or Fragrance One Office for Men, excuse me. And as I've said over and over, I used to be into fragrances, sort of got out of it for a little while, got back in. And when I got back in, the way that I got back in was watching YouTube videos on fashion and skincare and stuff like that, guys like Alpha M and those kind of things. And I started to get more interested in fragrance, and when I did, I found Jeremy Fragrance's video. So obviously he is still the biggest YouTube fragrance guy around, and I watched a bunch of his videos. I thought they were well done. He was interesting to watch, and he's talking about a lot of fragrances that have a good deal of mass appeal. They were affordable in some cases, especially a lot of the designers that he talked about. So I watched a lot of his videos. I bought some of the fragrances that he recommended. I still have most of the ones that I bought, if not all of the ones that I bought. I enjoy his channel. I know that some weird stuff happened and he got a little bit out there, a little bit strange with some of the stuff, and I know there's Patreon controversy and other controversy, but you know what, whatever. I still like his channel. I watch his videos periodically, and I didn't back this Kickstarter, and that was sort of in the period where I wasn't really buying a whole lot of fragrances, so ultimately I decided that like $165 or whatever was more than I wanted to spend at the time. I don't know if I regret it or not. I did manage to get my hands on a decant, and from the decant I decided to buy a partial. So, that's what we're discussing here in the video. But to the fragrance. So we all know that it was made by Alberto Morillas, who's made a bunch of other cool designer stuff that some people love and some people hate. But he was the nose behind this one with a guidance, I guess, from Jeremy. So, again, everybody's talked about this. This is nothing new. We know the notes. It opens up with some citrus, and something that I associate with ambroxan, that sort of gritty kind of feel that I've talked about in other videos. We get a little bit of amber in the mids. The dry down has some woody notes, some patchouli, and something else, and I forgot what it is already. So anyway, I guess it's probably aquatic notes. But so we know the notes. And I find that for a lot of people, the notes almost don't matter. It's really, or it's hard to understand. So it's really all about what the fragrance smells like. And I keep talking about what a lot of people have said, because I know that anybody that watches this video has watched probably loads of other videos on this fragrance. And there's comparisons to stuff like Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage, and that kind of thing. And I think those comparisons are useful because this fragrance does fall in the same kind of family as those. So in no way is it exactly the same, but those fragrances give you a really good jumping off point for what you're going to get into when you spray this. It's very much got that designer feel, but on a probably a more high-end level. Like I can't compare it directly to those, and I do disagree with the people that say just buy a bottle of Bleu de Chanel and a bottle of Sauvage and spray them on, and you saved $100 or whatever people are saying. So this has that really nice designer feel in a high-end level. I don't think that you can really criticize the actual quality of the fragrance itself, because I think it's a really high quality scent. Whether or not you like this general idea or something, I suppose that's open for debate. Like, you may not like the feel of those blue designer fragrances. One of my favorite reviewers, Robes08, rants on those all the time. He hates the blue trend, blue de Chanel, Sauvage, that kind of thing. But I think this one's really nice. So when I did an actual wearing of this, was a day that I had a staff meeting at work. So I sprayed it on. I think I did 1 on each side of the neck and 2 to the chest here. That's sort of a standard for me. And again, it's a really nice fragrance. I think it's perfect for work. It's perfect for office. It's the kind of thing that most people are either not going to notice, which maybe that's not a good thing, or they're gonna enjoy. So anyway, it's not gonna be offensive. It's fairly loud as it starts off, but I did find it to get a little more subtle in the dry down. And like I said, I bought a decant of this, and just smelling the decant, I thought it was going to be like a nuclear monster of a fragrance. I didn't find it to be that way, but at the same time, I did still get probably a good 10 or 11 hours of longevity out of it. So that in itself is pretty good. The main thing that I think I want to get, and I keep looking at the bottle, which is not good because you all don't see the bottle where it's sitting when I look down. The main thing that I feel about this fragrance, I like it. I like the decant. I liked it enough to buy a partial. But if you didn't back the Kickstarter and you didn't get in early, this is selling for, I think, $195 now on his website. And as much as I think it's a good fragrance, there's no way that I would pay $195, or that I would even recommend that somebody pay $195, because when you're talking about that range, like I have gotten into that, spending that I somewhat sheepishly admit on a bottle of fragrance, but the things that you can get for $195, I mean, you can get multiple designers, you can get a whole shelf full of cheapies. If I were going to spend $195 right now, somebody was selling a bottle of Initio Absolute Aphrodisiac, brand new in box, for $195. That's probably what I'd go with. So as much as I like this, and I don't regret buying the partial, and I'm absolutely going to keep this, and I'm absolutely going to wear it. I got it for roughly the Kickstarter price per mil too, for whatever that's worth. So I didn't pay $165, and I didn't pay anything super high, but I did want to have this. It's almost a curiosity for me. In addition to liking it, I feel like it's one of those pieces of frag-com history in a way, and it's so divisive, but at the same time, it's something that everybody knows about. So, got this on my shelf. I will absolutely wear it again, and I hope that at some point the price comes down, because I do agree with things that I have heard. Whereas if this was a sub $100 fragrance, which is kind of where the overall vibe of it puts me, then I think that this would probably be a big hit. I think he'd sell bottles all over the place, you know, if it was $80 or something like that. But, you know, he's the one with all the people on his list, and man, the Kickstarter was a huge hit and it sold out. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see how these sell at $195. I think something that those of us that watch a lot of YouTube videos and that kind of thing have to keep in mind is that there are a lot of people out there who are not trolling the Facebook groups for the lowest price they can get, or doing all their shopping on eBay or FragranceNet. There's people that go to the mall and they spend more than they should on fragrances. In fact, when I started watching Jeremy, I bought my bottle of Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme at retail at the mall. So people do that, and maybe he can sell these for $195. I have my doubts, and at this point it's hard to see if he would even be able to walk back from that, because, you know, there's a whole kind of thing that he's going for with this. So I wish him all the best. I think this is a great fragrance, but not for the price. So, you know, see if you can get your hands on a decant, you know, or if somebody is regretting their purchase, see if you can pick up their partial from them, especially if you enjoy those kind of like safe, mass appealing designer scents, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, have you tried this fragrance? Let me know in the comments. You know, I know it gets a lot of hate, gets some love, as much about Jeremy sometimes, I think, as it is about the fragrance. So let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate you watching the video, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much.